Are you in the market to look for a two-door sporty car?
And your price range is around 40 to 50,000 ringgit?
A badge that you can bring girl out.
A manual transmission.
A fun car to drive.
Introducing the Honda CRZ. So this is a 2013 model ZF2 variant, which is the facelifted variant. Now this car in particular is finished in premium velvet purple pearl, which is, in my opinion, one of the best colors that you can get. Now this car comes with the IMA engine that produces about 135 horsepower and 190 Newton meters of torque. You also get HID headlights, intermediate lights, however, they are not DRLs, which is kind of a pity, as well as you get fog lights. Now all that power gets routed to a 6-speed manual gearbox with a very short throw, and this car also comes with 3 modes: normal, economy and sport mode.
In the Malaysian market, we get standard across the range 16-inch front and back, and we do get the standard rim, but obviously there's no the fancy looking rims compared to the newer cars that has dual tone. It is a single tone alloy rims. In front you do get the front both ventilated discs, while at the back you get a solid proper disc. Alright, let's talk about the interior.
So in the inside, actually looks wise is actually very nice. However, there are certain things that I would like to point out. For example, there are some plastic over here, some fake wood trim, some plastic over here, hard plastic. There's some soft touch material over there,
which is here is also a bit soft touch, yes, but it's still a bit like plasticky. Yeah, it's like rubber, a bit like rubberish. It's not fully plastic compared to the glove box. This one, I think, is
it's plastic.
It's plastic. Yeah, it's not leather trim. It's not a wooden trim or something. Yeah.
Then you also get some fabric on the door sills, which actually make it look
a bit more comfortable to put your hands on, I would say.
Plus visually it's more appealing. Then the seat, the entire steering wheel is actually leather wrapped, so it's actually very nice to the touch. Then your buttons and typically are all plastic.
But the good thing about the car is that it's very driver focused. Look at the screen, the infotainment and everything. But obviously the previous owner has changed to Kenwood player, so it looks less button now.
And everything is actually in the reach of the driver. So you have your sport modes here. At the same time, you have your fog lights and your climate control all within the driver's reach, which is actually very good. Then the 6-speed manual also gets a nice leather casing, as well to a nice leather. It's leather wrapped, so it's actually very nice and comfortable to hold. And also the shifter is very nice to the palm. It's a circle, so it's very comfortable.
So Tawi, how do we feel like to maksud the gear? Ooh, very smooth. Everything is so smooth. But overall, the sitting position for the passenger side is enough. Like you're actually basically putting your legs straight, and it's a very low car. To enter the car and to exit the car, it requires some force. So if let's say your house has elderly people, then I don't think they like the car.
Yes. Another thing to note is that the seats are actually very bolstered in. When you're driving, you can feel that you are very much secure in place. They're actually very comfortable, although I have to mention that they are semi-leather seats. You get a mix of fabric as well as leather, which is actually not too bad. One thing you also get is that for the driver's seat, you get height and low adjustment, as well as front, back and rear and forward lah. However, the passenger seat, you don't get the height adjustment, but you can just go front and back, and you can tilt the seat rest.
Honestly, the fabric and the leather combination is actually quite good due to the grippy when you're driving it. Yes. So with the fabric, it actually holds your body more. Compared to a fully leather, I think it will be more slippery. And moreover, to add on, okay, okay, 3, 2, 1, you cut that part. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I say. 3, 2, 1, go. Moreover, you actually get a telescopic steering wheel, so basically you can go to the back, to the front, up and right.
I couldn't figure out where it was. I thought
all the way down.
I can adjust, right?
You can adjust.
Okay.
Pull it out.
Here.
Okay.
This one. Okay, I'm just gonna open it first. You just pretend that you open it, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Moreover, you actually get a stereoscopic steering wheel. So you can go front and back, up and down, which actually you can find a proper driving position, which is very important.
I'm so not gonna cut that out.
Auto headlight and wiper also auto. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So you also get auto headlamps as well as automatic wipers. So you also get rear wipers, which is not so bad.
But for the visibility, very questioning. I am not too sure how you're gonna look into the back for the passenger. I mean, for the rear mirror, because I feel like it's very small. By driving it, you actually can see barely nothing. Yeah, I think the only thing that you can see is probably the number plate of the cars at the back. You barely see anything. Yeah.
So unless you've never retrofitted a rear parking camera for this car, it's almost impossible to see, especially if something small that's below your line of visibility. It might be very difficult to see.
I think to add on as well, when you're side parking and everything, without the reverse camera, it's actually quite hard because you cannot even see the side thing. So next, I think let's try the back seat.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think I can fit at the back?
Well, only one way to find out.
Let's go. To access the back seat, you just simply pull this button out and probably push a bit in front and just go inside. Okay, Tawin, come.
Let's see if it actually fits.
So I think you can go to the back a bit. Are you comfortable, Tawin?
Barely comfortable.
Barely. Maybe you can go to the back slightly a bit. Okay. Anyway, for the back seat, you actually get non-existing headroom. So I'm just like, it's either I sit like that or it's just touching my head. So
basically, if you're anyone who's above 170 cm, there's no way you get any headroom.
Tawin, you trying to say I'm short?
Hey, 170 not bad.
Not bad lah. So you're trying to say I limit at 170 cm now?
Yeah, anything above that is kind of.
But yeah, but one thing bad is that your leg have to be wide open.
Yes.
So you still get some foot room, but you barely get. I would recommend that you have to take off your shoe, unless you sit sideways, which is even not comfortable. But overall, this rear seat, I can't. Are you getting barely foot space? No.
Yeah, I'm getting very it's very comfortable for me.
What about you tilting your back? Are you feeling comfortable? Oh my god.
Yes, feels
oh
even
no.
more comfortable.
Okay. I feel maybe for short distance, for people like me, maybe it's fine. I'll try to close the door. Okay. Nope. Nope. Not anymore. Okay. Maybe for short distance it's fine. Maybe like 10-minute distance. For long distance, I think maybe for a baby, then maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For small kids, anything like that, it should be okay. But
moreover,
full-size adults.
Yup, I don't think it fits. Moreover, if let's say you want to try to fit 4 people at the back, including the driving position, I think you cannot fit another person, because from what I can see here, you probably get this type of size, that of the leg room. Yeah. Compared to the passenger, you can actually adjust more. So, yep, for the back you actually get full fabric and all the plastic here. So usually, yeah, it's not a car for 4-seater. It is a totally meant for 2-seater car, which I think the car meant to be built for 2-seater.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, one bad thing about this is that this thing, it doesn't push the front. It only adjusts the rear.
Yeah. So this particular model comes with 225 liters of boot space, and if you fold the rear seats down, you get about 400 liters. But this model in particular gets a aftermarket subwoofer as well as an amplifier. Yeah.
Hey, let me out! Let me out!
I didn't hear a damn thing. The 5 pros of buying this car is the fact that if you opt for the manual transmission, you get a very buttery smooth manual transmission. The second thing is that you actually get a very sporty feel to the car. The third thing is that because the fact that it's a Honda, it is very reliable. The fourth thing is that in the inside you sit very low to the ground, so it makes it feel as if it's very sporty. And I forgot the fifth. Okay, I remember. Now the fifth is that you get the Sport Plus button, which enables an additional 25 horsepower and 45 Newton meters of torque. However, it's an overboost feature that gives you about a few seconds of boost.
So the 5 cons to purchase this car is, first of all, the visibility. So because the rear windscreen is actually really small and very tight, so you're barely able to see the back cars most of the time. You probably see the number plate, and during the reversing it's probably the worst because you can't see the left and right, the rear, so you might hit the curb and everything. Secondly, the back passenger seat. Obviously this car is built for 2-seater, it's not meant for 4-seater, so the back seat is actually unusable. The third thing will be the elderly people, because if let's say you purchase this car to fetch your parents, to fetch your grandparents kind of thing, they wouldn't like this car because of how low the car sits, and when you enter the car and to exit the car, it actually takes a very stressful time for them to come out of the car. Fourth, the CVT gearbox. Apparently for this car, thank goodness it is a manual, you get 6 speed, but compared to a CVT gearbox, it's definitely not a fun car to drive for a CRZ. Lastly, the start-stop. Apparently from the owner speaks itself that you can't disable this start-stop compared to a newer Perodua that you can off the system. So at the traffic jam, you actually stop there and probably the auto start-stop just started, then you're actually blowing the hot air in, just normal wind. You do not get the cold air, so the compressor is off. Then in order to enable it, sometimes you have to play around with clutch in and everything based on the owner itself. So that's all for the 5 cons. Are you looking for career?
Yeah.
So
okay, so that's all now. It's the 5.
Maybe it's fine. I'll try to close the door. Okay. Nope. Actually quite hard because you cannot even see the side thing.
Best part. Reverse camera singing.
Oh yeah, but I think that's for this particular unit here that we have, the previous owner changed the player itself. So the rear parking, the rear parking camera is actually a bit singing. So whenever I see my friend parking this car, I can say like, bro, your car is a bit sideways. It's like, no, I followed the reverse camera. Yeah. Okay, stop.